Hello dear students, how are you all? So welcome back to the mathematics class. So today's topic is equivalent fraction. So children, let us see what is equivalent fraction and how we are going to do equivalent fraction, how we are going to take out the equivalent fraction of the given fraction. Let us see. What are equivalent fraction? First of all, we must know the meaning of equivalent fraction. So look at the adjoining figure, students. In this figure, you can see this figure has been divided into two equal parts and shaded part represent 1 upon 2. That means this figure has two equal parts and the shaded part is 1 out of two equal parts. Similarly, when you see this one image has also been divided into four equal parts, and out of these four equal parts, two parts are shaded. So it represents the fraction as 2 upon 4 because two parts are colored out of 4. Next slide. In this you can see this figure has 6 equal parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out of these 6, 3 parts have been colored or shaded. So we can say the fraction is 3 upon 6. That means 3 out of 6 parts are shaded. Next, we have 8 equal parts, and out of these 8 equal parts, 4 parts are being shaded. So this part represents 4 upon 8 of the fraction because 4 parts out of 8 parts are shaded. Now, if we place all the pictorial representation together, they are found to be equal. You can see that 1 upon 2 looks like this, 2 upon 4 looks like this, 3 upon 6 and 4 upon 8. So you can see that this much part of all figures are being shaded. That means 1 upon 2, 2 upon 4, 3 upon 6 and 4 upon 8 are equivalent to each other. Why? Because we can write down 1 upon 2 equals to 2 upon 4, 3 upon 6 equals to 4 upon 8. All are equal and so on. We can write down more and more fractions which are equivalent to these. Why? Because we can say equivalent fractions can be defined as a fractions with different numerator and denominator. You can see they have different denominator and numerator. Numerator is the top part, denominator is the down part. So numerator are different in all case and denominator also are different in all case, but they represent the same value or portion of the whole, because out of this whole it is representing this part, out of this whole it is representing this part. All shaded portions are equal, but the numerator and denominators both are different. So these are known as the equivalent fractions. Now children, there are 2 points to be noted. How can we make the equivalent fraction? We can make the equivalent fraction by multiplying the numerator or denominator, or by dividing the numerator or denominator. And the second thing, first thing is multiply or divide. Second thing is that whatever we do to the numerator, that means whatever we are doing to the numerator, either we are multiplying with any number or dividing with any number, we have got to do to the denominator as well. That means if I am multiplying the numerator by 2, so I have to multiply the denominator also by 2. Or else I can give the example, like if I am dividing the numerator by 5, so I have to divide the denominator also by 5. See, you can see with this example also, like it is 1 by 2. 1 by 2, I have to make this as 2 by 4, this figure. So what should I do? What should I multiply this numerator, this 1, so that I can get 2? Yes, I have to multiply by 2. Similarly, by what number I have to multiply this? I have to multiply by 2, of course. So if I am multiplying 1 by 2, I'll get 2. If I multiply 2 by 2, I'll get 4. So this is how we are making the equivalent fraction. Similarly, when we see the next example, I have again 1 by 2 and I have to make it 1 by, how it will be 3 by 6. So what I need to do is, I am going to multiply this 1 by 3, and if I am multiplying the numerator by 3, I have to multiply the denominator also by 3. Okay, so I will get 1 3s are 3, 2 3s are 6, which is equal. That proves that they both are equivalent fractions. Next, I have I have this 1 by 2 and 4 by 8. So I am going to multiply 1 by something so that I will get 4. That is 4. So I will multiply this 2 also by 4. So I will get 2, 1 4 is a 4 and 2 4 is a 8. That proves that 1 upon 2 and 4 upon 8 are also equivalent fractions. Next, have some examples. Like, if I have to make 3 by 4, 3 by 4 means out of 4 parts, I have 3 parts and I have to make an equivalent fraction. So I can take any of the number to multiply to make it an equivalent fraction. Like I have taken 2, I have multiplied the numerator by 2 and the denominator also by 2. So it will be 3 2s are 6 and 4 2s are 8. So that means 3 upon 4 and 6 upon 8 are the equivalent fractions. Let us see few more examples. Example is this. These kind of questions are also arriving in this kind with equivalent fraction, that is, write a fraction equivalent to 3 upon 5 with denominator 20. That means they are asking to write down an equivalent fraction of 3 by 5 which has the denominator as 20. So let us see how to solve this kind of question. First of all, we are going to write down the fraction like this, and we are going to make the multiplication symbol, and by which we have to multiply, we need to make a sign, and equals to, and it is saying that denominator should be 20. So I am writing denominator as the 20. So now we need to find out a number by which if I multiply 5 so that I will get 20. What is that number, children? Yes, you are right. It is 4. So if I'm multiplying 5 by 4, I'm getting 5 4s are 20. But I have to multiply the same number with the numerator also, because we have seen the rule that whatever we are going to do with the numerator, we have to do with the denominator as well. Or if we are going to do whatever with the denominator, we have to do with the numerator as well. So I am multiplying, as I have taken 4 here because 5 4s are 20. So I have to multiply this 3 also with the 4. So I am doing 3 into 4. 3 4s are. I hope you have found the answer. The answer is yes, 12. So the equivalent fraction will be 12 upon 20. 3 upon 5 should be equal to 12 upon 20. I hope, children, you have understood this, how to find out the equivalent fraction. Similarly, if we have the question that 3 upon 5, what will be the, if they are asking for the numerator, like 3 upon 5 with numerator, see 3 upon 5 with numerator, suppose 15. Okay, so by which number we have to multiply? 3 5s are 15. So I have to multiply 5 by 5 as well. So it will be 5 5s are 25. So like this we need to do these kinds of question. Sometimes we are using the multiplication here because as we have to make a bigger denominator, like it was 5 and we have to make a bigger denominator, so that time we are using the multiplication. But sometimes maybe like they have given us 12 upon, suppose we have 12 upon 16 and we need to make it as a denominator 4. Okay, so of course we have 16 as a bigger number and 4 is the smaller number. So what we need to do, we can't multiply here, so we have to divide. So we have to divide 16 by a number so that we can get 4. It is 4. So we need to divide 12 also by 4. So 12, if we divide 12 by 4, we will get 3. So the answer will be 3 by 4. So like this, you need to do these kind of sums. I hope, children, you have understood this video. Stay tuned with me for more interesting videos related to this chapter and so on. Thank you so much, children. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.